Wow. Nicolas Cage has surrendered his skull. This sounds like a movie. It is real. He surrendered a T-Rex skull that apparently was obtained illegally. He didn't know it.
A 65 million year old
Well,
skull.
it certainly sounds like it's Nic Cage. It kind of everything's kind of adding up, right? The government in Mongolia is upset because there is a huge black market for dinosaur bones, and they're pissed off because they feel like a lot of bones, including the Tyrannosaurus skull, were illegally smuggled out of the country and then put on auctions and bought by very rich, famous people. There are reports that Nicolas Cage bought one of these skulls
back in 2007
back in
an auction.
2007, and now they've teamed up. The Mongolian officials have teamed up with law enforcement here in the United States, and they've tracked down a skull that is believed to be in possession of Nic Cage, the same one that he reportedly bought in 2007. They've taken it back. Nick surrendered this Tyrannosaurus skull that he reportedly bought for like $275,000
at a Beverly Hills auction house and beat out Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, and it's crazy because apparently there's this whole like black market for dinosaur bones. They say this isn't the only one, that there are at least 8 other dinosaurs out there that were illegally smuggled out of Mongolia that are in the possession of collectors that they're trying to hunt down and bring back to Mongolia because they claim that the dinosaur bones belong to the people of Mongolia, not a specific, you can't buy them if you're out of the country.
But the weirdest thing about this story, as a matter of fact, you know what, let's do this. We want to bring in somebody because we have a really awesome guy. His name is Jack Horner, who is a world-renowned paleontologist who is a technical advisor for all of the Jurassic Park films.
Wow.
He was actually the inspiration in the movies. Dr. Alan Grant is based
on
him.
So let's bring him in right now. Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
So first of all, how is it that something as precious as this and valuable as this could end up at an auction house in public where people are bidding on it if it's illegal in the first place?
Well, it's pretty easy to get out of Mongolia. It's a huge country, a third the size of the United States, and there's only, 3 million people there. So, and the places that the dinosaurs come from are actually out in the middle of the Gobi Desert. So, getting the fossil out of the ground and across the line into China or somewhere else, smuggled out of the country is relatively easy.
Now, is $276,000, is that a fair market price for a skull, or do you think it would be more? It sounded kind of cheap to me to have a T-Rex skull in your house.
We don't buy or sell fossils ourselves. I go out and collect them. We have 12 Tyrannosaurus Rex specimens here at the Museum of the Rockies in Montana.
Well, Jack, look, I'm just thinking, just in terms of money, that if something like this can fetch that kind of money, then even if it's in the middle of the desert and in the middle of nowhere, you would think that there would be people who would start digging this up almost for a living so they can make a huge amount of money, especially for Mongolia. And that would make me think that there'd be security around this.
So, some people do dig them up and sell them to commercial collectors, but, it's illegal. I mean, if they get caught, bad things can happen to them as well.
I have a question. So you're out in Montana, right?
I am, yes.
Have you guys ever found a Tyrannosaurus in the ground in Montana?
We have 12 of them in our museum.
That were discovered in Montana?
Yes.
So if a Tyrannosaurus Rex is discovered in the United States, can an American citizen buy it here? Is it like the same rules as Mongolia?
No, it's not the same rules. If you find a T-Rex on your private land, then it belongs to you, and you can sell it if you want.
So we should buy some property in Montana and start digging.
You could. But if it's found, on public land or state land, then it belongs to the people of the United States of America, and no one individually, or the state in which it's found.
Are there that many dinosaur heads in the ground? I thought, I'd heard this thing this morning in our morning meeting that you could put all the dinosaur bones in the world on 2 flatbed trucks. Is that wrong?
That is definitely wrong. Yes.
Okay, Jason Beck. Somebody tell Jason Beckerman.
Beckerman!
Oh my God.
Beckerman?
Called out, Beckerman.
Oh my gosh. So is it that plentiful that these heads are all over the place?
Well, they're not plentiful. I mean, it's a lot of work to find them. We have 12 T-Rexes here and it took us 30 years to get them. So, you know, it's not like you find one all the time, but we're professionals, and, you know, we do even know what we're looking for, and they're still hard to find. But
wow.
Dinosaurs?
yeah, that's what museums do.
Well, Jack, we're out of time, but I got to ask you one other thing. I mean, you have been the technical advisor to all the Jurassic Park films. I'm just curious how you feel about Star Wars now seizing the record.
Well, you know, yeah, it's ironic, you know, when you think about the fact that the producer of Jurassic World was Frank Marshall, and his wife is Kathleen Kennedy, who put out the Star Wars movie. So
they could afford to smuggle a Tyrannosaurus Rex out of Mongolia.
They can make the rent next month. That's for sure.
They have been dinosaur hunting with me.
That's cool.
Wow.
Hey, you are awesome, Jack. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. He is great.
Or if you're not going to give Beckerman his shame real quick, he's standing right here waiting for it. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Beckerman.
What are we talking about? I wasn't paying attention to this.
So this morning when Beckerman said that you could fit all the dinosaur bones in the world into 2 flatbed trucks, the expert just says you're full of crap.
Loud and wrong.
He said absolutely wrong.
Okay, well, Bill Bryson in his book, Harvey, your favorite author, Bill Bryson, said in his book, a short history of just about everything, said that you could fit all the dinosaur bones ever collected into 2
Well,
large
look, you're not
flatbed
wrong
trucks.
if you grind them up. If you grind all of them up, you could definitely...
Well, nobody's talking about stacking dinosaurs on top of each other.
So you're talking about like parts, like
dinosaurs
dust.
are not found in whole form. They are found with bones. You take those bones.
But can I be
you
honest with you? I love the fact that in the face of the actual Jurassic Park guy,
he's still arguing.
Beckerman is
He's still
standing
arguing.
strong. That's why I love
Beckerman,
Jason, man.
Beckerman, you got to
I'm
know
telling
when
you.
you got to know when to
I'm
fold
wrong.
him on this.
It's hard to look into the face of ignorance and stand
Jason.
Oh, yeah!
Take that dinosaur expert!
Harvey would know the truth because he was around.
Just amazing. Just amazing.